Today's Chiefs Report is presented by Manscaped. You want to get the best men's grooming products on the market? Well, Manscaped's the place to go. Manscaped.com, promo code Chiefs for 20% off. That's promo code Chiefs for 20% off. Manscaped, the best men's grooming products on the planet. Go check them out. Link in the comments and in the description. Coming up on today's show, we're going to take a look at an updated look at some free agent targets for the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's kind of get you guys updated on where the Chiefs sit financially at just over $12 million in cap space. One more week of OTAs before mandatory minicamp gets going next week, so the offseason really starting to push along here before training camp gets here in late July. Could Brett Veach add some more to this roster? That's what we're waiting to find out, to see if he's going to make some moves. $12 million, you can do some things. Obviously, where they can create big money is if they extend Orlando Brown and structure it in a way that would free up cap space this year, because he's making a ton of money on the franchise tag and it's fully guaranteed against the cap. Kansas City, in my opinion, needs at least one more edge rusher. So when we go through these free agent targets, keep that in mind. I think you got to get at least one more defensive end because I just don't think you have enough at that position. You look at what they have right now. You're telling me that Frank Clark, George Karlaftis, and Michael Dana is enough? I don't know what Joshua Kando is going to be. I don't know if Edwards can be a rotation guy. I think you need one, if not two more edge rushers on this team. They don't have to be superstars necessarily, but if nothing else, you need depth. So that is definitely an area I would like to see Brett Veach focus on between now and week one. Do the Chiefs need more pass rushers? Simple yes or no question. Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and then we'll get into some fresh free agent targets. All right, we'll start at the pass rusher spot, edge to be specific. Jason Pierre-Paul, who has obviously spent the last number of years with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think he's probably the best edge available on the open market. There's some other guys in the mix, a Trey Flowers, a Justin Houston. We'll get to him here in a second. But JPP's got the most skins on the wall, I think, in terms of recent play. Now, I will say, very recent, he actually wasn't that good last year. 2.5 sacks, missed 6 or 7 games, had some injury problems. But the year before that, still really good. I think he had a stretch of like 6 straight years with at least 8+ sacks. I still think there's enough in the tank. You need someone who can come get the quarterback at that defensive end position more than what you got. I think Jason Pierre-Paul could help you in that area. Justin Houston next up here, who spent last year with the Baltimore Ravens and still showed some decent things with Baltimore, had 4.5 sacks for the Flock a year ago, 17 quarterback hits. And, when the Chiefs cut him loose after 2018, most people thought he was done. The Chiefs thought he was done. He has 18 sacks, or 19, I believe, actually, with Indianapolis in 2 years, has 4.5 with the Ravens. He's still productive. Listen, I'd like to see the reunion happen between Justin Houston and the Kansas City Chiefs. I still think he can be a good player. I think he can be a guy as a rotation pass rusher that can give you 4 to 6 sacks, and that's valuable. I don't know if you have that guy right now. Is Michael Dana going to get you 5 sacks? Maybe he will. He's done some good things as a rotation guy, but the bottom line is you got major question marks coming off the edge on your defense. I think Justin Houston could help in a heartbeat. So what do you guys think? Do you want a Justin Houston reunion in Kansas City? If you do, like this video, hit that thumbs up icon if you would like to see a Justin Houston reunion in KC. I certainly would like to see it. I think a lot of you guys would as well. Let's switch positions here. We'll go to Julio Jones now, as he still remains unsigned after, a weird couple of years for him, obviously. Hasn't been able to stay super healthy. Now, obviously, the Chiefs, they have plenty of receivers, a lot of depth already. But Julio Jones is one of those game-changer types when healthy. I still think he can be a good player. Now, there's question marks about his health. Has he lost a step? Both of those things are real. But I'm still intrigued, man. I'm still intrigued with Julio Jones. I really am. I would like to see if he can stay healthy, if he can still be a number 2 type of receiver. Now, you don't even necessarily need that if you're Kansas City, but imagine if you bring him in and he is still good. Then that's just another bullet in the chamber that you did not realize you had at the wide receiver position on your offense. I'm intrigued. If it's cheap, I think I would be very interested in bringing in a guy like Julio Jones. Now, today's show is sponsored by Manscaped, and with Father's Day just around the corner, Manscaped's a great place to go to get your dad a gift, or for your dads watching, to get yourself a gift. What the Platinum Package provides is basically all of Manscaped's primary products into one bundle. The Lawnmower 4.0, the best ball hair trimmer on the market. The Ultra Premium Collection, which includes shampoo, conditioner, body wash, body spray, lip balm. Also, you get some crop gel exfoliator to keep that nice and clean downstairs as well. The travel kit, the boxers, it's all in this bundle for just $123.99. If you buy all these products separately, it's over $250. So not only are you getting 20% off with promo code Chiefs, if you buy this product with promo code Chiefs, it's really like 50% off because you're getting all this stuff together for a severely reduced price. Take advantage. Link in the comments. It's in the description. Get going with Manscaped right now. All right, next up, Emmanuel Sanders, another receiver who I don't know that we've talked about a ton this offseason on this channel, maybe once or twice. Emmanuel Sanders, I think, would excel in this offense. I think he's the type of player that would fit here really well. Why? He runs good routes. He can play the slot. He can play outside. He gets open quite a bit. He's smooth. He's a vet. He's played in the AFC West before for a while with the Denver Broncos. I think his skill set fits Patrick Mahomes a lot when plays break down. He's a good broken play type of receiver where he can find his quarterback and where he's going and find a way to get open. Now, when you think of Julio and Emmanuel Sanders, whoever, you're thinking, okay, where does he fit in here? Who's he taking snaps from? Like, obviously, anybody that signs at receiver at this point is going to have to compete. But I think competition is good. I think it's fresh. I think it's needed sometimes. And, Patrick Mahomes talked about recently, like, hey, we're going to spread the ball around. So even if some of these guys get less numbers, if everybody's eating, everybody's happy, I think that's a good thing for everyone involved, even if you bring in one more guy. Pick a receiver. Who would you rather sign? Still probably in Julio just for the intrigue. Type JJ for Julio Jones. Type ES for Emmanuel Sanders. Who would you like to see the Kansas City Chiefs sign at wide receiver? Anthony Barr next up, the linebacker who's been with the Minnesota Vikings. Now, Anthony Barr is a good player. He's been with Minnesota for a long time and can rush the passer a little bit at the linebacker position, kind of an outside linebacker, off-ball type. You look at what you currently have. Obviously, Willie Gay and Nick Bolton are going to be your primary backers there. But Leo Chenal, I like him, but he's a rookie. Is he ready for that role? And the depth is very questionable after cutting loose with Anthony Harris earlier this offseason. But Anthony Barr has played and can still play at a high level when healthy. Now, he's missed some time. I think last year he played 11 games. Year before he only played 2, so he certainly missed a lot of games the past couple of years. But when he is healthy, he's a good player, and I would take that risk because if he does get banged up, I think you've got other guys. It's like, okay, Leo Chenal, you can plug in and play. You've got Bolton and Gay. I think Anthony Barr on a cheap deal to be a rotation backer, I think is very intriguing for Kansas City. Now, Chiefs fans, if you love the Chiefs, subscribe to the channel. Hit that big red button right now for the latest Chiefs news, rumors, updates, OTA coverage. Minicamp coming up next week, training camp later in July. We're going to cover it all, plus our live shows every single Monday. It's youtube.com/ChiefsTV. Go ahead and hit that big red button and subscribe today. All right, 5 down, 5 to go as we take a look through some Chiefs free agent targets. Larry Ogunjobi has had an interesting offseason because he thought he was going to make game or life-changing money from the Chicago Bears, agrees to 3 years and $40 million, and then he fails the physical. So now he's still a free agent 3 months later, coming off a year in which he had 7 sacks as an interior pass rusher, which really intrigues me. If he can pass a physical, if he's healthy, I like Ogunjobi. I think he's a damn good player. I really, really do. I think he's really solid. But I don't know what his health situation is. I know he failed a physical in March. I know he had foot surgery after the playoffs last year. Where is he? Where is he at in his recovery? He's posted videos of him working out, but does that mean he can pass a physical? I'm not sure. If he can, I'm intrigued. If not, maybe it makes sense to pass. One more defensive tackle, Ndamukong Suh. Ndamukong Suh is still good, man. 35-36, but he's had 6 sacks in each of the past 2 years, 12 sacks in total. He can still get it done, man. And I think he's been able to kind of pass that stigma of, oh, he's a dirty player. Well, I see a productive player who's always on contending teams. Like I mentioned, 12 sacks over the last couple of years for Sue. He's played with Tampa, won a Super Bowl with Tampa against the Chiefs, and was very good in that Super Bowl just a couple of years ago. And with Akeem Hicks signing with Kansas City, I don't think Ndamukong Suh is returning there. I think he'll be playing elsewhere, and he's a guy that wants to play for a contender, so why not come sign a one-year deal with the Kansas City Chiefs? All right, pick one. Who would you rather have? If Ogunjobi's healthy, I think he's the answer, but I'm intrigued by Suh as well. Type LO for Larry Ogunjobi. Type NS for Ndamukong Suh. Get your votes in down in the comments section. Now, this one's more of a, okay, why not? YOLO season. Rob Gronkowski, the tight end. Now, I do not expect Rob Gronkowski to play anywhere but Tampa because Tom Brady's his boy, and I get all that. But I would love to have him. Could you imagine 2 tight end sets with him and Kelsey? What's the harm in calling? Hey, Rob, you want to play next to Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelsey for a year? He'll probably say no, but hey, that's why it's a target, not a guarantee. I'd be interested. I don't know if Gronk's even going to play football this year, but he's still a good player, especially in the red zone. Kevin King next up as we go to the cornerback position. I was actually surprised when I looked up updated free agents still out there that King was still unsigned. I didn't even realize that. It's a young player. He's shown some real flashes in his career. 7 picks over 51 games. That's pretty decent. 30 pass breakups, couple of forced fumbles. He's had some injury problems, but Kevin King is still a young player with some real upside. Now, I don't know if he can be, a number 1 or even a number 2 core, but could he be a number 3, a depth guy, a rotation that can come in and give you some quality snaps? I think so. I think that's a possibility. So I'll be curious to see where he lands. I fully expect him to be on a roster here in 2022. All right, last one here, Landon Collins, one of the top overall free agents left. Now, safety is not a position I would consider a major need. You got Justin Reed, you've got Juan Thornhill, you also drafted Brian Cook. But what if Thornhill and Cook aren't impressing? What if you get into training camp and you're like, okay, Reed's the real deal. That other safety spot, I don't know. Landon Collins has been a pretty good player in his career. Last year, he was actually pretty solid still. 81 tackles, had a couple of picks, couple pass breakups. He can also come on some safety blitzes, had 3 sacks a year ago. He can absolutely lay the wood as a tackler also. Landon Collins is a good, strong safety. Justin Reed can play either safety spot. So I'm intrigued in Collins. I think it depends more so on how your other safeties perform this offseason. Thornhill has not been at OTAs, or at least has missed a lot of them. Brian Cook, is just a rookie. So what if he's not ready? If those, if those 2 guys are unreliable this year, then Landon Collins could be a guy that you go out and get. So there you go. 10 free agents that I think the Chiefs could go out and sign. There's certainly a lot of other ones. OBJ, Trey Flowers, there's plenty of names out there, but those are the 10 I focused on today. Name a free agent that you think the Chiefs should go out and sign. And while you're at it, be sure to hit that subscribe button here on the channel. We'll continue to keep you guys up to date with the latest Chiefs news, rumors, free agency buzz, trade buzz, all that stuff. Your questions, my answers on our live mailbags that we do as well. So go ahead and subscribe today.